Happy Monday. Well, my word today is try again. I am thinking of the story in John 21:6, where Jesus shows up to Peter, who he and the boys have been fishing all night. They didn't catch any fish. And Jesus says, I want you to try again. And what came to my heart was, this night of fishing. These men were expert fishermen. They knew exactly when the fish were biting and when they weren't. And that was just a night that they weren't. My guess is that they did both sides of the boat and they were coming up with nothing. And then in the morning, God says, Jesus is on the shore and says, cast it on the right side of the boat. You're going to catch some. And it was so full that they could hardly bring in that net. And I know that as believers, we're studying at church about how being a disciple of the Lord is a transformational, gradual process, right? We're constantly in that state of becoming. But we go through these nights and these seasons. The Bible talks about mourning is in the night, but joy comes in. Weeping may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. So this kind of depicts that for me. Like, they were doing everything right, but they weren't getting the right results. Have you ever felt that way? God, I am doing everything you've asked me to do. I'm following your word, and you're not answering my prayer, and you're not giving me what my heart desires. And then that night comes to an end, and the morning comes, and there's Jesus on the shore saying to you, I want you to try it again. Try it again. Cast your net out again. It's illogical. It doesn't make sense to us. It didn't make sense to them, I'm sure. 1 Corinthians 8:1 says that if we're going to depend upon our own knowledge, it says knowledge puffs us up, but love builds us up. And God's ways are illogical. He says that if one can put 1,000 to flight, two can put 10,000. I love his math, but it doesn't, I love math too, but that doesn't equate into what my head knows about math. So God's ways don't always make sense to us, but they are trustworthy. So this word is for you. Try again. Just my thoughts from Barbie's Corner of the World. Happy Monday.